Sometimes when I wrestle with my brother, I don't feel comfortable. I think that Casey goes after me and hurts me.
Don't hurt me.
I stepped in and I took Casey aside and I said to him, instead of being his bully, why don't you be like his big brother who he can look up to and be his mentor? Show him how to use his grip properly so that it benefits him. Good teaching, Casey. Well done, Corey. Once Corey could trust his brother again, I needed to work on Casey respecting the word stop or no.
Clothes all over the floor.
So how much for that? For making your bed tied in around?
Like maybe $1.
$1? You're so cheap. We can't go anywhere if we're making $2
Well, you know, $20 a week is enough.
Yeah.
Well,
Making your bed, separating laundry, cleaning your room, come on.
How much do you think you should get paid to do your room?
Like, at least $5 to do your room.
Well, I was quite taken back by this.
take your clothes off, you put them in the hamper. How big a deal is that? Separating laundry, okay, it's a little bit more time consuming.
Getting kids to do house chores can be pretty challenging, but actually negotiating a price tag for them is ridiculous.
Why do we have to clean our room if it's not your room? You don't go in it, it's our
I have to
room.
maintain the home. Right now, I'm responsible for the entire house, and when I ask you guys to do something, the barrage of verbal abuse that I get is unbelievable.
After haggling over a price to do chores, I saw exactly how harsh Casey can be with his brother and sisters.
Get out. I need to use this, Corey.
Corey put his head inside a wash basket that Casey wanted.
Stop and give it back to me.
If Corey's goofing off and not doing what Casey thinks he should be doing, problem arises.
Stop and give it back to me.
Sometimes I feel like Casey picks on me a lot.
Corey.
Casey pinched his neck and marked it all up.
He keeps on pinching my neck.
Casey, look.
I didn't do that. I didn't pinch his neck.
He just came in there.
You know, a little roughhousing can be okay, but Casey has certainly stepped over the line here.
I pushed him down because I'm trying to clean up my room, and then he takes it and he puts it on his head.
The physicality of the children's behavior has gotten to the point of being dangerous.
I didn't pinch his neck.
Yes, you did.
Sometimes I have to run a quick errand and leave the kids home alone, and I am fearful that while I am gone, something will escalate.
I dare you say a comment. I'm gonna punch you in the freaking head.
Get completely ass back, so why don't you just leave it?
Yeah, because you guys start stuff. I just get really annoyed sometimes that I just can't control it anymore. I'll throw this at your head and kick you so hard.
When Casey has this attitude on, I think, oh God, I better just stay out of this.
You're an ass.
I don't care.
They choose to yell and shout at each other. They choose to react very quickly.
Leave it alone!
This is how they've been conditioned to communicate with one another. And that's caused a great lack of respect.
Don't touch them! No, you weren't going on. She got to the computer and she's on. Stop it.
There.
You have to come home, Mom.
The next day was all about teaching Casey to respect the word stop, whether he's at home or on the wrestling mat, simple as that. What I want to establish here, no is no, enough is enough. When you're back home, when you're messing around and you're goofing around, remember that you're having fun and you're enjoying it, but at the same time, when no is no, it's no. When enough is enough, it's enough. Casey needs to realise that even though he obeys the rules when it comes to wrestling at school, he needs to apply the same when he's at home. But he got too rough with his brother.
Work your way up.
Sometimes when I wrestle with my brother, I don't feel comfortable. I think that Casey goes after me and hurts me.
Don't hurt me.
I stepped in and I took Casey aside and I said to him, instead of being his bully, why don't you be like his big brother who he can look up to and be his mentor? Show him how to use his grip properly so that it benefits him. Good teaching, Casey. Well done, Corey. Once Corey could trust his brother again, I needed to work on Casey respecting the word stop or no.
Casey, that's enough.
It's enough.
That's enough.
And it took a while, but he began to make progress.
I think if I use the discipline that I have when I'm training for a match, like at home, I think that would be good, because I'll be a good kid.
All right, good.
This is good stuff, huh? All right, so look, I'm pleased with what I've seen here today, because I've seen a lot of control on this mat.
We can still have our fun. We can still play, but we have to have a healthy boundary there. Casey, I think, has really understood that very clearly.
You two are going to give it that a hug?
You might just have to kiss him.
When I resumed teaching the next day, it was down to tackling house chores. Not only do these kids do no house chores, but they're trying to extort their parents to pay a high price to do them. Can you believe that? I don't think you should get $2 for tidying up your bedroom. It's your bedroom, look after it. And there are chores that you're going to be doing in the house. It's got nothing to do with your money, because these chores are mandatory. Your parents to write down the chores that they expect you to do, and then you can show visually here when you've done it.
I think it's going to be very effective because there's no misunderstanding about what has to be done. And it's also going to relieve me of having to harp on them.
I made it very clear to the kids that they will not be paid to do house chores. That's mandatory. However, they will be given the privilege to have pocket money every week. But there is a twist. These boxes are to measure your swearing. The swearing, the cussing, the name calling, it's not appropriate behaviour. It's rude. It's disrespectful. The older kids can get up to $15 a week and the younger kids $5 a week. But they've got to mind their tongues. So you do have the privilege of having your pocket money weekly, but if your parents hear you cuss, you're going to lose 50 cents every time you do it.
We lose 50 cents when we're swearing and stuff, and we do swear a lot.
I do want follow through. If you hear the kids cussing and swearing, I want you to come straight over here, and you're going to keep tally of how much it is, so you can remain consistent every week. This family don't spend any time together because they're so busy being combative with one another. So it was important for me to take them out so that they would spend family time together and do something adventurous. So listen, I'm glad you're all togged up. I can see you've got all your good boots on, you've got gloves, coats on, which is good.
It's winter, it's cold, and I'm not an outdoor kind of girl.
We are here today to spend some family time together and enjoy our adventure. My plan was to take them on a great big hike so that they would work as a team and start to trust one another. However, 20 minutes holding a map and a compass, Mum and Dad managed to get the whole family lost.
Why are you going over there?
I'm just looking for marker 6. Maybe it's here?
I don't know, that's still north.
Yeah, and we still have to go east.
So that's still east.
Let's stop for a minute and let's get in control. Where are we? Let's get our compasses out. Look on the map, Gina, and let's get our direction.
Okay, so we hold this thing out. We look at our map through the woods to number 6 going southeast.
Once this family did finally come together as a team, they pulled it off. All right, now you're talking. All right, let's go. Each family member had a chance to be the leader, to use the compass and the map, and they did really well together as a family.
Yeah.
So it looks like there's a field on the other side of this.
Callie in front, because Callie's leading us. Look, we've got to build a fire, right? It's got to be. What do you think? The Quinn family made it to the end of the hike, where they then started to build a campfire, and we started to relax a bit.
Let him strike it. He can strike it. Good design, Corey.
Just rest your feet for a minute.
Good job, guys.
Well done. I love the way that you kept communicating with one another.
I'm expecting marshmallows and hot chocolate at this point, you know. We had a long day, and we're all a little bit tired, and it didn't go that way.
So tonight what we will be doing is spending the night in the cabin house.
I immediately looked at my wife, and she was beside herself.
You look like you've seen a ghost.
I know Mom has.
I really wasn't happy about it at all.
Dad's in shock. So do you want to take a look?
Yep.
I showed the whole family around the dormitory so that they could realise there was no electricity, there's no TV, and there's no phones. As you will see, there are sleeping bags, there are lanterns, there's this stove, which keeps the cabin very warm, actually. Mum, are we talking yet? Are we still in shock? Callie?
That's really the last thing I want to do is sleep in a cabin.
All right, now I'm going to show you through to the kitchens. Through here, after the Quinns were familiar with their surroundings, I had a few words of advice that I wanted to give them before I left for several days. Remember the techniques that have been put in the house.
You know, I kind of looked at myself and said, what the heck are we going to do?
What I would love to do is to collect your cell phones from you. So have fun, enjoy tonight, and I will see you in several days when I get back and see how you guys done. Bye-bye.
Bye. I think Joe felt that we had been guided by her through the day, and now it was time for us to come together as a family.
You have a choice to make, Cal. Well, Callie had a breakdown. It's okay to be upset. Mom's pretty upset too, you know.
I want to go home. I don't want to stay.
We weren't ready for all this. Nobody was. Nobody knew about it. Here it is. You gotta decide to make the best of it.
How do you make the best of it?
Here we are. I think it's kind of fun.
It's not fun.
All right, so that's your choice. You've made your choice.